dumb as shit. First off, there's no Ryan Rickles. Second of all, you just tried to bamboozle both of us.
It's Rickles, and today it's and Rickles, and with guest Mike Sharma and Jay Miao.
My name is Justin. Stop calling me Jay Miao.
Jay Miao.
I fucking hate that name.
Why?
So
What's wrong with Jay Miao?
I think it's because Mike started calling to me, and he does it like in a condescending way, and it makes me really hate it. Like,
how do you say Jay Miao in a condescending way?
what's up, Jay Miao? Why don't we go hit up Jay Miao? You know, like, just call me fucking Justin, man, or Justin Miao, or Justin M.
All right, fucking
Not
Justin.
Jay Miao.
Jay Miao is so good.
You said fuck. You said call me. You were like call me
Right.
fucking Justin.
Next subject. Beep.
Didn't he not just say call me fucking Justin?
Justin is Justin fucking Justin.
I'm tired of this bullshit.
What are you doing over there, fingering that foam?
Doesn't it look cool?
Sure.
You're disgusting.
We'll go with cool.
Okay.
That's fucking good.
Well, welcome back, guys.
So I like it how we just fucking nerded out in front of. But actually, no, me and Ricky nerded out like a few weeks ago, where you were like giving me shit about the fucking old games you used to play.
Oh
That was pretty cool.
Like what?
Dragon's Breath.
Dude, Dragon's Breath was a shit.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Which one's What? Dragon's Breath?
Is remember? It was like something of a Dragon's Breath, something.
I swear it was Dragon's Breath. You're talking about like the one that had like a bunch of games, right?
Yeah, a bunch of games.
And you always played as like Ryu or whatever.
That's Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire. That's what it is.
Breath of
Yeah,
Fire.
Breath of Fire. So you actually played Breath of Fire?
Yeah.
Breath of Fire 3 and 4 were the only ones
Yeah.
I played.
4 is the one with the dude with the white hair, right?
They both had the dude with the white hair.
Like they had.
His
right.
evil brother.
Right, but I mean, you play as him, like.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
at the
what
very
I mean.
end, you get like Super Saiyan Ryu.
Yeah,
and he gets the
yeah.
golden hair and everything.
That shit was sick.
Yeah, it was. So, Justin,
Yeah. What's up, dog?
I want to ask you a question since we're on the air now.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you make a pot of coffee?
You tell your friend that you have no idea what the fuck you're doing, and he encourages you to do so anyway. Then you realize you made a huge fucking mess, and you probably have to clean it. And then you forget about it for a few hours, and then you just now realize it when he brings it up, and you're like, fuck, I gotta clean it up. And I would not recommend it unless you know what you're actually doing, because now I have to do that. And I just remembered it, and I'm really down about it.
So what you missed while you were gone before you even showed up was Justin trying to keep that pointed the other way.
No, I'm just gonna.
It's a
just
condenser
closer.
mic.
No, you're talking to the front of it, not the top of it.
Yeah, the side of it is what picks up your voice. The side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So go on.
Now that ruined my momentum.
The story sucks anyway.
Oh, Justin just trying to make a pot of coffee.
Fuck
And just
off, man.
pouring,
Okay.
first of all, pouring all the grounds into the top of it,
I
and
poured
then
a lot
spilling
of
coffee
words.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Coffee would have been nice right now.
Okay, you know what, Ricky? Why don't we talk about my expulsion? You know,
the
From,
expulsion.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Yeah,
topic. Honestly.
That's a good topic.
It is. I was just segueing my way into it.
No,
you know?
I wanted to straight go there and make you feel.
You always
shit,
start with
honestly.
a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
Then
Yeah. Well, there's no fucking coffee, so
Apparently, you drank 4 cups of coffee, so that didn't make no fucking sense.
wasn't me. Incorrect.
My hand just got stuck in that cable. That was really embarrassing. All right, well, what do
Kind of want some coffee, you know. Like,
ask me? Let's talk about the expulsion.
okay.
What happened? Take us through it.
So
Detail us on the lives of your event.
All right. So
I mean, the events of your
pretty
life.
much like in high school, like every Friday or whatever, it would be like smoke weed at Justin's house day, and like I'd have a bunch of people over. I usually would give someone would provide money for weed, and I happened to give the money to Ricky that one morning, and he was supposed to get the weed, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting it after class or whatever, blah blah." And I'm like, "All right, whatever, cool." And then later on, I'm coming out of French, and like I see my friend down there talking to one of the security ladies, and he goes, "Oh no, but I think he's still in there." And I was like, "Oh god, I hope they're not talking about me." And then she's like, "Are you Justin Miao?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I need you to follow me." And then I had my hands in my pockets because it was like when they were redoing the school, right? So I was in a trailer and we were walking inside. It was cold as fuck. So I had my hands in my pockets, and she was like,
Oh yeah, it was in February.
she was like, take your hands out of your pockets. I don't know if you have a knife in there or something. And I'm just like, what the? I'm just cold, you know? Like, And that's how I knew, like, insta. I was just like, okay, so it's something serious that I'm in trouble for, right? Because if it was just like, oh, I missed a few detentions or whatever, then she wouldn't be worried about me having a knife in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then once I got there, I saw Melissa sitting outside too. And then,
That's what happened.
yeah.
And whose fault is that, Ricky?
Mine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
I own up to it. I take responsibility. It's, So I think I've talked about it before on the podcast about being expelled. But yeah, basically, you gave me money to buy weed. I had said money, and then I got it from Melissa, and then
And now tell them why you got caught.
put that thing down, man.
I like it.
It's like a little stress ball for you.
Yeah, it is. I like it a lot.
It's pretty cute.
All right,
Honestly.
you can keep it then.
Thanks, man.
We got expelled because I stole a chair.
Fucking idiot. We're friends with this guy,
It's
ladies and gentlemen.
You know what's ironic is like now I stole a chair and now
Yeah.
I'm in the chair. So
That is not ironic. That is
That
it's awful.
is-
Karma?
Awful.
Yeah, it's not karma. You
All
weren't,
right.
you weren't a bad person.
I think the worst part is I probably could have gotten myself out of it too. But they were just like so convincing, right? Because first they called me down and they tried to convince me that someone saw me just give you the money. And I lied. I was just like, oh no, they were for some pickups. And since I had just bought pickups, I immediately...
guitar pickups for
Yeah.
anyone out there?
And then he was like, okay, what kind of pickups were there? I was like, Seymour Duncan single coil humbuckers. Like I knew instantly because I had just bought some.
Yeah.
So I was lying, and he was like, oh, okay, well then. And he's like, well, what if I told you that your friend Ricky already told me that the money was for weed? And I was like, fuck. Like, all right, I think I'm done.
Did
So,
I?
But
I don't
still,
know.
but I still lied, and I was like, no, he must be lying or something. And then he walked out, like the cop walked out, and then they good copped, like bad cop me. The lady was like all nice, and she was like, if you just told them your sentence, it would be a lot less, terrible or blah blah, and you should really just tell them they know anyway, and you should just tell them. And then of course, me being a dumbass kid, when the guy came in, I was like, yeah, it was me. Like I fucked up. I gave him money for weed. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you could deny.
Yeah, I could have just kept it, and they would have had no proof at all.
No.
Because the proof was my statement that I wrote down.
Yep.
You know what would be the ultimate, like, talking about the expulsion? If we could somehow get Melissa on here
Oh.
and all three
I don't
of
know
us
if that
talk-
would ever happen.
No, it would never happen. She
Yeah.
hates my fucking guts.
Damn.
Like, I'm pretty sure she still wants me
I hate
dead.
your guts too.
I mean, in good reason. I did do a terrible thing. I mean, not on purpose,
Yeah.
but
You did it on purpose. You just crumbled.
yeah.
I crumbled. I was 15 or 16. And 16?
You did.
I was a
But
teenager.
I don't think any of us would have done that, Ricky. That surprised me. I was like,
that was
wow.
fucked up, man.
I was like, wow.
Selling us all out.
All right, so let's tell it from my point of view now.
No, I don't want to hear
Okay,
your
yeah.
fucking.
Let's do that.
Okay, no, let's break it down from the very beginning, because I feel
Yeah.
like people need to hear the whole side.
Right on.
Because right now I'm coming off as a shitty person.
Yeah.
I'm
you're
still
gonna end there.
No.
You're
Don't,
still gonna come out shitty.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry. I'll still end as a
You're
shitty
still
person.
in the shit
but
zone, but continue.
okay, so my point of view is, what was it? A month later, I was coming out of my last class, and I see a little folding chair there sitting in the hallway. I walk up to it and I grab it, and it was like a little suitcase chair. So, and then I remember I walked out, and then I was at the buses, and I handed it to Katie Johnson, and I was like, "Here, take this. I can't take it on the bus." And because she was getting picked up or something, and she took the chair and ended up having it for like a month. And then I finally got the chair eventually. But then comes the day when Justin was like, I would like to buy weed. And I was like, hey, I think I know someone who has weed. And then I talked to Melissa. And then I got the money from you. And then as we were sitting in journalism class first period, Melissa was sitting next to me. And this is the dumb part we definitely should not have done. I gave her the money, and then she put the weed into my bag. And then I went about my day. I was like, sweet, here we go. And I think someone saw us, because I think that's why we got caught. But that's beyond what I'm going into right now. Continuing. So then the next period comes up, and it's Intro to Graphic Design. I remember I had Dan and Joel in there. And we were sitting at the computers, and I don't remember who, but someone came in and was like, hey, Ricky, can you come with us? I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, it's like, oh, we just need to take you down to Mr. Wilson's office or the security office or something. I was like, oh, shit, what for? And this is what I should have done. I should have just, she's like, do you have anything you need to bring? I should have said no and just left my backpack there. But instead, I brought my backpack with me, And then they bring me to the security office, and then they're like, "So, Ricky, we got word that you've been stealing things. We heard that you stole a chair." And I was like, "What? So this is what I'm here for?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I can get you that chair back. I still have it in my house." It's like, "Well, we think you stole other stuff, so we're gonna search and arrest you. I mean, not arrest me. That the part doesn't come up. It's like, so we need to search you because we think you've stolen other stuff." And I was like, "Fuck, I have weed in my bag." And so at that point, I just said, "All right, fuck it." I grabbed it in my bag. I was like, "You're gonna find it anyways, but here's weed," because it was out in the open in the bag. There's no way they would have not seen it. It was a 2-compartment bag.
Yeah.
I remember it was like my Lord Bike Company bag. And then they're like, "Well, this is an issue." And so then they're like, "So how'd you get this?" And I was like, I don't know." And then I cracked. And they're like, "Well, we're gonna arrest and expel you if you don't tell us where you got this from." And then I was like, fuck, I got it from Alyssa, and then I was giving it to Justin, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that." And then they didn't
Fucking bitch.
they didn't arrest me, but they
Little
expelled
fucking
me,
bitch.
and then
Fuck.
Well, they
you
couldn't
up,
arrest you because you're 15 and had a little bit of weed.
and a little bitch. I'm sorry, Ricky. You're not a little bitch.
I deserve it.
No, I'm just kidding. You're
But still,
you're
like-
forgiven, bitch.
I like how
This thing-
everything after, like, them finding the weed was super quick because, like, he like, what he's supposed to say, explain exactly what he said.
That's exactly what happened. Like once they
I
found
know,
the weed, it was
exactly
just
what he
like
said.
downhill, like boom.
Yeah.
And then I remember my mom coming in, and like it was the whole like, "I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed," and then she starts crying, and then you're like, "Fuck, what did I do?" And then you start crying, and then you're like, ugh. And then that set off a whole year of me trying to get back into school. No, not a year. Like I got back to fight back into school.
Probably like
Those evil eyes you're staring
probably
at.
like 6 months later.
We were expelled February 7th. Do you remember the day? Or are you just gonna stare at me with homicidal eyes?
Like you could hear the shit.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure it was February.
Who knows? You know,
It was February.
so much lost time. I can't
I
keep
came
track
back
of
the
it.
following
Okay,
year.
the question is, what if you hadn't gotten expelled? Do you think anything would be different today?
Yeah.
Why?
Justin would be a rich, upstanding citizen.
Yeah. There you go.
I ruined and destroyed him
No, because Justin
entirely.
went to college and Justin wasn't any different. So I wasn't any different. None of us are. I think it would have happened the exact same way.
No.
Dude, that was a terrible time.
What?
Getting expelled.
It seems like it.
I remember getting death threats from
Ryan.
Ryan, Melissa's cousin.
Ryan Sampson.
And I remember there was this one dude who emailed me on MySpace. He's like, "I got the Hoodbridge boys after you, or the dope boys." They may have even said MS-13 or something. I don't know, but he's like,
15 years old.
I know exactly. When you look back on it, you're like, "No, you don't.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
you're a fucking idiot. You don't have shit."
You know shit.
And,
Like,
but of course, like, you know, scaredy cat me, like at teenage me, was just like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" And then, of course, I like spent the weekend at my brother Freddie's apartment in Charlottesville because I was like, "I got to get away. They're after me." And I ended up just smoking more weed there too, while watching Spider-Man. And then I remember having to go to Expulsion, that school off of Route 1 for like troubled people who have been expelled or for other things. There's a kid who,
and you're like, I was just getting weed from my friend.
yeah, there's a kid who like called in a bomb threat who like was at that alternative school. And there was like, I remember there was this guy who had a jacket and he was like, "Hey Ricky, look at this," and pulled out like a pound of weed out of his sleeve. Like, "Check it out." And then I remember for some reason that day they searched us all and that kid got caught. I have no idea why.
Someone must have saw him. Like, honestly.
That's what I'm thinking, because he
No
wasn't
way.
very sly about it. We were watching what's that movie called? You know, where he's trying to become a gentleman for that one girl, and then she like rejects him her entire life, and
Which movie?
that one South Park episode is based off of it, where Pip is like with a girl who's like breaking rabbits' heads.
Shit, I don't remember, dude. I don't know what that was.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, well, it was a movie, and that's what happened. But that's when he pulled it out. I mean, he wasn't very sleek about it.
Someone probably saw him just like someone saw Melissa give you weed.
That's gotta be what happened because like, why would they bring up the chair thing that day?
I don't know, Ricky. Why did they?
Yeah, that day.
I don't know. He's just gonna.
Why that day, Ricky?
I don't know. How did it affect you?
Pretty terribly, you know.
Just say it. This is a safe zone, even though it's being.
I want 100% honesty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you harbor resentment against me for a little
yeah,
while?
I fucking hated you for the longest time.
How long?
Pretty long.
Pretty long.
When would you say you got over it? Or at least come to terms with it?
When you ended up in a wheelchair. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. Like, when that happened, I was just like, "Fuck!" Like, you know,
He finally got it.
like he paid the price. Like, no ill will like towards you anymore. You know, kind of thing.
We can finally be friends again. Now,
Yeah.
gee, I feel so much love from you, Justin.
I mean, I'm not saying it would have taken that. I'm just saying that's what did it. You know, like it could have been a lot less. Like you could have just like, I don't know.
So
but-
you hated me even while we were hanging out?
I mean, not really. I mean, I didn't.
Because we hung out still after with the expulsion.
I think envious is like a better word. I was just envious that you got back into school and everything, and that.
That was like 6 months later, though.
Well, I had to go through a bunch of appeals and a bunch of shit.
I know. I was just mad that my parents wouldn't help me do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of just was stuck.
It's pretty lame.
I mean, and we think about it. It's a really stupid thing to get expelled over.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was expelled from every school in the county. Like, I couldn't apply to any Prince William County schools.
yeah, neither could I. That's why I go to that alternative school.
Yeah, and I wanted to go there, but I didn't have a ride, and I couldn't
That's
afford it.
right. I remember I was
Yeah.
telling you about it to come to that school.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it, and I didn't have a ride. Like, I didn't even have my my learner's permit yet.
You know what's funny? I remember I had my license, and I don't think I should have gotten my license. Because I remember I took my driver's test before we got expelled, and all I had to do was just pick it up from the place. But you have to pass driver's ed, right, to get your license.
Okay.
But since we were expelled sophomore year, we were still in driver's ed. So I did the driving portion, but never finished the actual driver's ed part. Because once I was expelled, I dropped everything, all my classes, so it wouldn't affect my GPA, which was the advice I was given. And I remember calling the school. My mom called the school, was like, hey, can we still pick up his license? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure, I guess it is. We do have the paper one here. And I went there and picked it up, and I had my license. And I think I loopholed it.
I think you did.
Good for you, buddy.
You have, like, endless shit for me, like,
Yeah.
for the rest.
I hate
Of our
that I
life.
have my GED. It makes me feel like such a failure. Like,
The good
I have
enough
a
diploma?
Yeah, it's like embarrassing. I have a GED. You know, like when I put it in, like when I make a resume, I don't even mention it. You know, I just write down the school that I went to high school in. I don't say I graduated there. I just said I went to high school there. You know.
Why not just say that you have your GED?
It's embarrassing.
I mean, it's still technically
It
a
was so
diploma.
easy. Like it's ridiculously easy. It just doesn't feel good having one.
You wanted a high school degree.
Yeah. And GED is just like it wasn't challenging. You know, like I feel like anybody could get it.
No, it's not true. A lot of
Most people
dumbasses
can
out there.
It's easy.
Why don't
Yeah.
you go back to OP?
What?
Go back to OP and get your high school degree.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
You can go back to high
I'm
school?
sure you could do that somehow. You could probably go talk to them like, look, I was expelled from the school almost 20 years ago. I mean, better part of 20 years.
20.
I have a feeling there's got to be some kind of like limit where they're like, dude, you can't come back to high
13
school.
years ago, man.
Get your GED, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was... I had to go to like those NA classes too. They made you do that, right?
Do you mean like a one-on-one session kind of class?
No, they made me go to like a group thing for like...
No.
Really? Oh, it was right in Old Town by the Social Security office. I had to go there like once a week and just hang out with a bunch of people who were all like druggies and smoked pot and stuff. And then it was on my record until I turned 18. They're like, oh, okay, you just do this class, and then after 18, we'll burn your record.
Interesting. I did do like some class stuff with like one-on-one with like a certain professor at the library, and that's how I ended up seeing Jeannie, I think her name is, right? The one that you like made out with in the
closet
Yeah.
at the fucking party where we had a huddle for warmth.
Yeah, I saw her. I saw her like at the library getting lessons too, and I was like, damn, she must have gotten expelled like me. I ended up giving up on those classes though, because I was just like, it felt like pointless, you know.
I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that party we
You
went
got
to.
cock blocked pretty bad. Like,
Did I?
I remember her like she was taking off your belt, and like me and Joel decided to just like bust open the door as a joke.
Was
And-
she?
And then as soon as we opened the door, we like her belt's like in her, or your belt's in her hand and shit, and they were just laughing, and you were like all pissed and stuff.
Dude, I don't.
Yeah.
Is that all I remember is just making out with her in the closet. I don't remember like why it stopped and.
That's why.
But it was such a stupid thing that happened too when we were at this party. It was like me and her went to the closet and then like the lights were off. She's like, and we're like, she said like, let's pretend like we're making out in here, make the noise. I was like, okay, sure. And then she just grabs me and starts making out with me. And I was like,
pretend. Let's actually make out. Yeah.
This is real. Stop. No, I can't do this. This isn't what was promised.
You wanted it.
Oh yeah, of course, duh.
Yeah.
Making out with a chick
True.
on New Year's.
Yeah.
But then what happened? We got kicked out.
Yeah, that really sucked. I like how we were like trying to pretend to be cold outside, and like the mom just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh, it's so cold," that she's just like going inside. Get inside. She goes inside, and we're like, "Ah."
Joel's dad dropped us off there, I remember.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
so.
we couldn't call anyone because we told Joel's dad's the only person that knew that we were there.
Mhm.
But I told my mom I was staying at your place, I
Right.
think. And then vice versa. And me, you, and Joel had to walk around the neighborhood, and it was like 0 degrees outside. And we were trying to sneak into Rolly's house
Yeah.
because we just came from a party from there beforehand.
Right,
So we
that-
could find a place to sleep.
The plan was that we were gonna spend the night there, but then it was just like hard for us to get back in there. And then like it turned out that all we had to do was walk through the front, and we could have just gotten in there easily, but we didn't. we
But I
didn't
remember-
do it.
I remember walking around the house and remember
Yeah.
seeing like blacked out lights.
Yeah. But all we had to do was walk in, and we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't do it because we were too afraid. Because it was all like his family. That's why. Yeah.
And then we did the unspeakable, which we vowed we'd never talk about until right now.
What?
Me, him, and Joel all just hugged each other for warmth in the middle of the street. Like we opened up our jackets. We're like, because all we had were sweatshirts.
Yeah.
So you were waiting for someone to pick you up?
No,
we called the cab.
Yeah, that's right. We called a cab because we didn't want to get in trouble. But we were literally in the street huddled together, and we called a cab. They picked us up. I think your mom paid for the cab, right?
It was on my credit card. Yeah.
And then he dropped us off at our house. I mean, my house here.
Dude, I
And
remember we
downstairs.
ate a shit ton when we got back. We were like so hungry because not like eating the whole night. That sucked.
And then I remember my parents coming downstairs, like, I thought you were staying there. We're like, oh, we felt awkward about being at Justin's house, so we came here. And we brought Justin too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. They felt awkward over there.
Right. Yeah.
That was. We got a lot of history together, don't we, Justin?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were friends for a while.
10th
Were.
grade at least.
Till you turned into a bitch. Yeah.
Coincides the time.
You like how I'm laughing off all this pain.
Yeah. Good.
Pain hiding true sadness.
Good. Cry, bitch.
We can make this as awkward as possible for like everyone watching.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
stare each other down.
Make it super awkward.
Okay. I'm done. This is gonna look really dumb. So I'm just gonna end this.
It got awkward for me. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know about them.
Just enjoy.
Enjoy later on.
Enjoy the extra awkwardness.
We still hung out like even right after like getting expelled too.
Not really. Not much.
We didn't.
Sometimes.
He hated you, Ricky. He
No,
hated your guts.
Not right when we got expelled. I started hating him when he got back in, and I didn't. I was just like so
He hated
jealous.
you.
I was just like, you son of a bitch, you fucking piece of shit.
Dude, I felt guilty about it for a long time.
And then, like,
I mean, I still do feel guilty about it, but like, fuck, dude,
shut the fuck up, Ricky. I don't hear your shit, okay? What were you talking about before this?
You pouring a cup of coffee?
Oh, I gotta clean that still.
That's right.
Fuck.
You gotta clean what?
Clean the coffee thingy.
The coffee
You
pot?
sure do. Or at least by Tuesday.
You gotta help me.
You've been uncharacteristically quiet this entire time.
Stone, that's why.
Whoa, what? This is a sober-free podcast here?
Is it sober free?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
I mean, not
you
sober-free.
do
It's not... Wait, sober-free means it's not sober at all. It's sober. Sobering. Yeah.
I'm not sobering.
It's sober-free, bro. High all the time.
An intoxicated-free environment.
There you go.
How did us getting expelled affect you, Mike?
It didn't affect him at all. Shut the fuck up, you
Probably bettered me if anything.
fucking Punjabi
Because I
motherfucker.
probably wouldn't hang out with you guys too much.
Yeah.
But then a year later, I was in the same position anyway. Because I hung out with you.
Yeah, tell us about your weed excursion of getting in trouble with the cops.
I've never gotten in trouble with the cops with weed.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. Oh, with
me,
you.
Max, and
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'll tell my perspective and you tell your perspective.
We both have weed stories with Justin.
No, I do.
Why
Because
am I
that was the
loser,
age,
dude?
man. 10th grade. 10th grade is just like when you started really smoking weed.
Just
Like
a piece of shit.
with Aaron, me and you and Aaron, we just started doing
Yeah.
that summer after 9th grade. And yeah, so I guess we wanted to sneak out, smoke some weed. Kevin stayed over at my house, and I guess I knew you and Max were coming. I didn't know Anita was coming. I remember at the time we hung out with her all the time anyway at night. We used to sneak out. We'd hang out with Anita. But yeah, we snuck out of my house, fucking met up with you guys. Remember we smoked a little bit in Anita's cul-de-sac, and then we were driving, and then we parked in another cul-de-sac on the other side of the neighborhood, and then that's when the cop like pulled up because Max kept on hitting the fucking
He has
brake
foot
light.
on the brake. Yeah,
the
whole
brake
time.
light. Idiot.
We went to the graveyard too that night.
Was it after you were
Did we?
expelled?
Yeah.
We went to the graveyard?
No.
That was
No.
before you were expelled?
Yeah, that was before. That was October 2005.
Yeah, I remember when we came back from the graveyard, I couldn't remember how to jump the fence. And
Dude,
when
I
I did, I
remember that.
smacked my head on the pole. Like, I'm so glad I'm not dead. Because that shit
Dude.
hurt really bad.
Dude,
Like,
yeah, there's that graveyard right next to Dan's house. In the
I
middle of my
remember
neighborhood.
that really, really tiny graveyard just up on the hill,
It's
right?
so random.
There's like 4 graves there.
Dude, Dan showed it to me because I remember I'm on the like little farther down in the neighborhood, so I wouldn't have known that. And I remember when I met Dan, he showed me the fucking graveyard, and I was like, it's not the people's house like that's in front of me, and he's like, no, it's just some random graveyard.
I miss those nights, man.
Those were the best nights.
We should just get, like, baked and walk around sometime, you know?
We should do that.
Sneak out our house, except we don't have to sneak
Oh,
out
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
We should get, like, bring a vape pen or
I
something,
think
you
sneaking
know?
out was like part of the
Walk
thrill
and
of it all.
chill.
It was just like we were just more energetic.
It's relaxing,
about weed.
though, you know? We can pretend to run if you want.
There's
you
a
know?
spot I actually want to go to if you want to go to it.
What are you talking about? Is it spooky?
It's actually no, it's not. Aaron took me to it.
spooky.
You want to go?
Tell me what it is.
It's literally right. It's at Corey Anderson's old
Tell me
house.
what it is.
And Ruth Ann Parker, it's like right down the street. Like we used to walk to it.
I might
It's
be
like
down,
Lily's
yeah.
brush and like a fucking
Yeah.
and like it's like
Let's
an
do
electric
it.
box and you
Yes.
sit there and it's just like
Yeah.
Hey Ricky, I'll buy some weed off you.
But
Whoa! Can we not talk about
I don't have any weed.
Oh my god.
illegal interactions? Oh, you're
All right,
asking.
telling your story.
You're asking about getting your grass cut, like getting the weeds cut up, like taken out.
Yeah. Anyway,
Gotcha,
but
yeah,
we got
right.
caught and they would call our fucking parents. It
Yeah.
was so fucked up, dude. It was just like
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, you guys have to call your parents. So all of us had to call our parents. Justin, who gives a shit? Like it didn't matter, really.
Dude, my mom was trying not to laugh the whole time. Like we kept trying to like avoid each other, like each other's eyes. Else we would have just started cracking up.
How different?
Because they were like,
experience that
they're like,
is.
oh, if they ran, we would have just let the dogs chase them down. And my mom was just like, maybe you should have. And like looked at me all serious, and I had to look away instantly so I wouldn't laugh. I was like so stupid.
Because you know your mom was kidding.
Yeah.
Fucking Hawaiians, man. You guys are psycho. You guys are
I don't give a
psycho.
fuck, dog.
But yeah, different perspective on my end. Because when I call my parents, I'd be like, yeah, like, I snuck out. I remember my dad picked up. He was like, "Why are you calling me?" And I was like,
"Are you calling me, Michael?"
Yeah. And he's like, "Why are you calling me?" And I was like, I snuck out and got caught by the cops.
Oh, you snuck out, did
Dude,
you? How did
my
you sneak
perspective was
out?
so bad.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah. I got like the shit kicked out of me in my car, and then they drove me to the hospital to get like drug tested. Until I was like, yeah, you can still be drug tested, like if you secondhand smoke, because I was like, I didn't smoke, like. So I was like, and my mom was like, well, I wanted his records. We won't get him drug tested. But my dad kicked the shit out of me in the parking lot. He beat the shit out of me, like for smoking, because I was like 15.
Dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of
But
me.
you never
Totally different, right? Than your fucking story.
Yeah, mine's a little
But you
bit-
never got drug tested.
Never got drug tested.
You want to know the funny thing for me?
What?
Is I said I went to that in Charlottesville for the weekend with my brother after it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were starting the appeal process. What happened was it was like a week after I went to Charlottesville. I had to get drug tested to start the appeal process when I said it was like I'm the middleman. I never smoked or anything. Apparently when I was smoking at Freddy's in Charlottesville.
When you smoked it.
Yeah, I had to tell my mom. I was like, because I told my mom I was like I don't smoke weed. I swear they just found it on me, and. Don't give me those judging eyes.
Well, I'm not judging you, man.
No, so like I said, I was smoking at Freddy's. A week later, they brought me in to piss test me.
Fucking crazy.
And so I had to tell my parents. I was like, look, there might be some weed in there because I smoked like over a month ago, and it takes a while to happen. And she's like, oh, okay. I got drug tested, came back clean.
Did it?
Yep.
Nice.
I don't know how.
I think it's because you take bitch hits, like
I smoked a lot of weed while I was down there. I was literally just because he went to sleep. My brother went to sleep at one point, and I was just on his couch watching Spider-Man 2, just like, smoking a bowl. Or something.
taking bitch hits.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm
you're
just
skinny, so that's probably what it was.
Yeah, you're fit,
Drank a lot of tea
and a lot of D.
and a lot of D.
Yeah,
Sunny D, Sunny
yeah,
Delight.
vitamin D.
Sunny Delight.
I'll take your vitamin D.
Ew.
Okay.
Please stop.
Disgusting.
So,
Anything else? Anything else you wanna talk
dude,
about?
getting fucking caught smoking weed is the worst. Worst shit ever.
Yeah.
Remember when I got kicked out? I was like 20, and like you and I had to stay over your house for a few days. That sucked.
How long were you grounded for when you got caught?
When I got caught with them,
Mm-hmm.
6 months. That's why I wasn't with you guys when all that stuff happened. Like when you're talking about that party and whatnot.
Can we not bring this up?
Because I was caught, I was grounded. I couldn't go anywhere. Only person I could hang out with was Kevin because he's next door. But other than that, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't drive. I couldn't even go through driver's ed because I was too young. You'd be 15 and a half to get your driver's license or get your permit. When the class started, couldn't do it because I was.
Or so you
I
just did
turned
you
15.
did the workbook, right? That's it.
I did the workbook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
how
I
I
didn't
was
actually-
too. Yeah.
And then I had to go to like a store, like an actual school outside,
Yeah.
like to get it done.
Same.
So, yeah.
We've all had rundowns with the weed, I guess, now.
Yeah.
Dude, luckily, like, even though I was grounded, my parents were like, all right, you can still go ride your bike. So, like, all I had to do was, like, ride up to the skate park from my house and be like, hey, guys, I'm here to hang out. Like,
Yeah.
But don't tell my parents because I'm grounded.
Wait, the skate park is not that close to you.
I know, I rode there all the time.
That's crazy.
Me and Joel, we used to ride our bikes up to the skate park up at by Osborne, like, almost every day.
On 234, just ride.
There's the bike path there. You take the bike path and go down, then you onto the Prince William County, then you just drive through, and then you just go down Lake Jackson Drive, and then you're like right there.
Okay.
That's pretty gnarly.
It's not that bad.
Totally normal.
It's really not that far on a bike.
Wow. It's
It
great.
took
On
us
a
like-
bike, I guess.
It
Yeah,
took us
but
like 30 minutes.
Amazing.
30 minutes max.
seems crazy.
I mean, shit. I mean, you skateboarded all over Hawaii.
I did skateboard, but I didn't skateboard all over Hawaii.
Okay.
In Richmond, when I skated, was a really tiny city, so it's like you don't gotta skate. I skate maybe like 10 blocks at a time, 15 blocks maybe.
well, I guess we can't all be as cool as Michael Sharma
I
over
know,
here.
man.
You know, I was skating
So
15
cool,
blocks
man.
a day. Oh,
Radical
God.
and
Like,
tubular,
look at me, I'm
bro.
such a cool guy.
Oh.
I'm gonna go
I
skateboard
can ride
over
a
there.
skateboard,
You know,
man.
it's like,
Ugh.
maybe not as far as a bike,
Watch
but I'll
me do
skate.
tricks and stuff. Wow,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
so
I'm like,
cool.
I'm
I've
watch
got a
me do
beard and stuff now too.
I'm gonna
Ugh.
kickflip 15 blocks. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
I know math.
You guys are so funny.
Uh-huh.
You guys
Nolly
are so
hard
funny.
shove it.
Nolly hard shove it. That sounded pretty ignorant.
All right, I'm sorry.
It was
Michael.
very.
No, I was saying like it's not that far. So like for you to
Right.
like bike that far is like pretty crazy.
It's
to
pretty
me.
gnarly, right?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I rode my bike all the way to Potomac Mills.
Damn, that is gnarly.
I rode my bike all the way to Denise's house.
in Gainesville.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
I
You're
got in
crazy.
trouble for that. So since people don't know, is there was this girl named Denise
You guys
in
dating?
Gainesville. No, I was just thinking with my wiener, and nothing even came of it.
Nothing came of it.
Nothing came of it.
I don't get it.
I rode my BMX bike all the way up to Gainesville
Alright, yeah.
and on 66, which was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, and which I didn't know was illegal. And then I remember getting there and I was hanging out with Denise.
Why don't you just go in Wellington?
Because I'm an idiot, man. I didn't have a license then. I was thinking, like, I was like, oh, I'll ride my bike anywhere. And, yeah, I didn't know the ways of the road. But I went there, and I remember getting a phone call from my mom, and she was, like, pissed. She's like, you rode your bike all the way to Gainesville? I was like, what? No, I had Lindsay drop me off. And then she said, no, someone saw you riding your bike down 234. I was like, no. And then...
We should have just
busted.
said it was another Mexican kid. You know?
There's
Fuck you.
There's other
What?
Mexi who rides bikes.
So yeah, I got busted. Ended up having to get picked up,
Right.
and nothing came of it.
So were you telling stories from high school, I guess?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not? Times we got in trouble.
Yeah, let me tell you about all these high
We
school
got a lot of
stories I
themes
got.
of getting in trouble right now.
Okay.
You didn't really get in trouble that much in high school.
Yeah.
I actually never got caught with anything.
Same.
What's something you should have gotten in trouble for?
Being a bitch.
Oh, this one's a tough one. It's also with Justin.
What the fuck, man? I'm
The
innocent as
story
hell.
about the house.
I don't think we should tell that one, honestly.
Tell
Straight
it.
up.
Hmm.
Like, I think it's
We're not gonna say which house or anything.
don't say anywhere that it's near. Or
Yeah,
anything.
nowhere.
Okay.
But there's this
I know
house.
I know which story you're talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah,
We'll just say a house.
we'll say this house.
House
okay,
X.
This
in,
house.
in neighborhood
This
Z.
house in one place on the planet. Aaron used to say see these this lady who used to live there, like she used to walk out behind her house and she'd like walk naked or no in the window. She'd be like naked in
Yeah.
the window.
She'd be naked
And we were
to
like
walking to the pool.
we were like hormone ridden 14-year-olds and we were like fuck yeah, boobs, like never seen those before, you know. So like we just were like, yeah, fuck it, let's go over there. We walked over there through the woods, I remember,
Yeah.
from the back. 'Cause that's when it got brought up. He said it. And like he was like, oh, let's see if we can see her from the pool. So we walked in the pool, like behind the house. And that was open. Then like we opened the garage door. For some reason we just gravitated to opening doors.
Yeah, we just kept going in. Or
Yeah.
You guys kept going in. Well, actually, I think the first time I did go in.
You did go in.
Just not all the other
Yeah.
times.
So we went in. The actual house door in the garage was open. Went into the house, and then we walked around. We're like, "What the fuck?" And that's when we started that whole like thing of like ding dong ditching, seeing if they were home. And
Actually,
then
it was
like
spooky thinking about it now. It makes my heart like.
we were in someone else's house, dude.
Yeah.
Like walking in their
crazy.
house and shit. Remember that one house that was like we climbed through the window?
No.
You remember that?
No.
Dude, oh my god, so stupid. Or the fucking boat. The boat that was parked in that cul-de-sac.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we fucked that thing up. Like
All right, me and those people have no idea what you're talking about. What
Yeah.
boat?
Tell a tale.
I can't because then I'll say where it is. So
Oh,
there was this
right.
boat.
Just talk about the boat.
Okay. Well, the boat, we walked on there, we like got like the fire extinguisher, which like spraying all over the place. I don't even remember that. That was me and Aaron for sure.
Did this have to do with House X?
No.
So those are two totally different
What I'm
incidents.
saying is that we would just like kind of like touch shit that wasn't ours.
And you just fuck around.
Like go
Not-
on people's
Not
property.
me. I would just be along with the ride. I didn't really do much. Honestly.
We would definitely go to people's houses. I remember
Yeah.
that.
So you were a vandal.
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
So that's what it all comes down to is like
That's why I can't steal now.
in your
I'm just
in your teenage years you were a vandal.
vandal, yeah.
You'd go in people's
I
houses.
feel, yeah, we never really stole. I don't think we stole much from those houses, but definitely that house.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely stole some shit. Like
A laptop. And
Look
shit.
at you, you motherfuckers smiling. I stole some shit from a house.
Well, I
We
mean,
did.
It was crazy how much we got for how young we were.
Yeah.
Like
We got a lot. We knew what was valuable. We were like, this is valuable. That's valuable. Like, holy shit.
I just remember feeling useful because finally you guys were like, "Dude, come in and tell us what cables we need to take for the laptop," because we weren't sure like what the charging cable was and everything. And I was like,
That was fucked.
left
man.
the network card and shit.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
It was pretty fucked up. They actually moved too, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
they moved.
They moved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You moved people out.
Yeah.
it sounded like we did, like if we could
Wait, I knew
do
on purpose.
it.
Do you remember when we
do
were
it.
walking back and it was like Jehovah's Witness like stopped?
I
Remember
remember
that?
we were just walking back with their shit because we stole.
We put in a fucking duffel
we
bag.
stole duffel bags that they had, like brand new duffel bags. Just opened them and put all their shit inside of them. And we're walking down the road with the duffel bags.
Yeah, dude. Thinking about it now, it's like what?
I
idiots.
mean, we
Like,
like it
if
made
they-
sense now because remember we used to just cut through the woods, right?
Yeah.
We went to like my house or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from that
You're
one
an idiot.
neighborhood. From that one neighborhood,
That
you
one
know.
neighborhood, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Try to save yourself there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to we did, and we walked it back, which is
Yeah.
super duper far, extremely far, super far.
Right.
But yeah, and it's just like idiots. We were carrying their bags
Yeah.
with their shit in it. If they would have been driving, and be like, that looks like my bags. And why
Yeah.
would they be carrying that much shit in a duffel bag walking around?
Right.
Yeah, my house got robbed. You know, but it's like Jehovah's Witness stopped, started talking about God and stuff, and we were holding all this stolen shit. Like, so funny.
It's
dude.
amazing the dumb shit we'll do as teenagers.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I would never.
And
the
do
thing
that
is,
shit.
We stole porn too. Remember that?
Can we stop?
We
please?
stole porn.
There-
That's where the
porn.
porn movie came from.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
where the porn movie came
It,
from.
it got burned and passed around everywhere.
Did
But-
it?
Oh, yeah, because I remember Johnny got a copy and then I borrowed it.
Yeah, that started from that house. Because we were like young, we just like, oh shit, like there's porn. I forgot where he hid it. It was in the closet or something. And me and Aaron found it. We were in like the bedroom, dude.
I don't.
we were
I
looking
don't want
for-
to talk about this anymore.
Dude,
You know how
it's
much-
real. It's real. Is what it is.
You
It's
know
so
how
fucked.
much
You
harder
learn.
it would be to get away with this shit now, too?
Oh, so much harder.
We didn't have cell phones then
Yeah.
at that age. I mean, if anything, I had like, no, 8th grade.
8th grade, I had cell
we,
phone.
we had cell
Yeah,
phones.
I had that really shitty
Just not good ones.
Nokia brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything like extravagant. There was like no cameras anywhere, no webcam. Well, I mean, there were webcams, but they're rare.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I got you.
What?
Dude, yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot harder to get away with it today, but we did. I remember I left my Sunkist in the sink of their house. And I remember thinking, oh my god, like
They could DNA it.
Yeah, they're gonna DNA it. Like they're gonna get my fingerprints or something. And I mean, nothing ever happened, but
Yeah, we did it.
yeah,
They're cloning you right now.
probably are somewhere.
All right, since we're just going on things about getting in trouble, I mean, I guess you guys never got in trouble for that yet.
Okay.
I just so you guys know, I'm sending this tape into the police afterwards.
That's fine. They'll never know.
They'll never know, and they won't even know what case to connect it to.
No, but do you remember that one time I got in trouble at your house because I was shooting BBs at the neighbors?
Yes, you retard. I mean, I hit it
Retard?
once. I hit it once, and then everyone decided to keep doing it.
I don't know why we were like, let's just see if we can hit BBs. I mean, hit this
Every
house
time
with
it hit the
BBs.
window, you're like, oh, no, nobody's gonna notice that.
Yeah, because we had all the lights on in his house,
Yeah.
and especially that little.
I mean, we were running back in inside, like inside and outside.
But it was the downstairs door that had like a little brick wall up to here. So like, all right, we're covered. They'll never see us. And
Yeah.
I just remember pumping like, all right, I'll do only 3 pumps. Hit, and then I just remember the cops showing up at your house and your parents yelling, Justin! And then you going up there, and then us having to be like, oh shit, I'm really sorry about shooting your house. And then I don't, that may have been the same night I broke your table.
Probably, you fucking bony butt asshole, man.
You know that glass table he still has in his new house? We pointed it out last time that
Yes.
one of the pieces of glass is still irregular because it's so describe to you guys people. It's like one of those. It's a table
Segmented.
segmented with like 6 pieces of glass about like 1 foot by 1 foot, roughly.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's segmented.
But I just remember we were at your old house and we were getting ready to play Xbox, and I just wanted somewhere to sit, and so I just sat down on the table and then I just fell through and shattered it.
His ass was pretty pointy. So
Your parents have every reason to hate me in every form possible.
all right, bony ass. That's fine. Jesus Christ.
Like, we were not good kids.
Definitely not.
Especially not Mike. Yeah.
All the playing with fireworks was normal.
Fireworks is normal for a kid, you know.
And spray painting things.
Dude, I remember Halloween of 11th grade. I actually just told the story to my parents recently because I was like, whatever. It's like,
Isn't it great telling your parents all these stories and they're like, well, I can't do shit now. What kind of a fucker were you?
yeah, I told my mom about how I used to sneak into Priya's house like through her window. Like, in like my I know in her mind she's thinking, why would you do that at night? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, fuck it, who gives a shit? But yeah, I told my parents a story about how on Halloween of 11th grade, me, Taylor McCarthy, Dan, and Tommy, we fucking went to the neighborhood, Ryan Spiel's neighborhood. You remember Ryan Spiel, right? With Nick Schillingford. They were like building, remember they were building those new houses in the back of the neighborhood, which connect now to, I think, whatever that's, Ridgefield. Ridgefield off of Dale Boulevard. Yeah, they were building those houses. And I remember there was like construction vehicles and all this shit. And like we started at the houses first. We were like fucking throwing rocks, just breaking shit, dude, like fucking shit up. And then we had spray paint. I remember we went on the fucking, like the crane thing. I don't know what it's called, but big ass fucking tall one that like picks up dirt.
Machinery.
Yeah, whatever. It's machinery.
Or
It's big as shit.
the bucket.
We fucking, like, we were hanging off the arm, which is, like, I gotta be 15, 20 feet up, and just fucking spray painting the shit out of the arm. Like, crawling across it, spraying it, like breaking the glass on it, spray painting the fucking whole body of it. Like, we were fucking shit up. And I remember, like, the houses around it, we were just breaking, like, the windows and shit. And, dude, I remember just being like, dude, if the cops came right now, how fucked we would be.
Yeah, I remember doing a lot of dumb, stupid shit in, like, construction houses. I remember spray painting things. I don't think I ever broke any of the windows when I was in construction house.
You were breaking the windows.
Yeah, I just wanted to make things look pretty.
I remember some people like caulking the windows, like closed.
I think I may have been with you with one of those then, because
Yeah.
I kind of remember that too.
Caulking the window.
Like, I deserve to be in this chair, man.
Shut the
I did
fuck
some
up.
dumb shit.
We all did dumb shit,
I know. I mean,
especially Michael.
I guarantee
Got a
you
lot of dumb
now,
shit.
like, there's wireless camera technology is super easy to get a hold of now. I bet you all construction sites have like a camera there now.
Yeah, have to, yeah.
Right. Look
Luckily,
how cheap it is, right?
I think we had a pretty rare childhood where we could be way more destructive than children
no,
now.
not rare. Lucky, because we were at the end of, for years. That's how it.
Even back then, I used to think like, what if these places had cameras in them? You know.
Yeah.
And especially now that it's actually like so much more plausible. Now it's like okay.
Yeah, like we
So
got,
easy to
we
do.
got away with a lot more destruction than
Yeah, a lot more destruction.
your
dude.
average bear.
And we still got caught.
I never got caught for any.
Oh, not destruction, but just being a fuckface.
Yeah, I don't think any of us gotten caught for construction.
For vandalism.
Yeah.
It's vandalism, guys. Let's just go on.
I remember like lighting fireworks in random houses and then like smoking GBs in like some half-finished houses. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time Johnny took a GB.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then we wanted to go to Lindsay's house for a party, and everyone was so high, and I didn't.
I
smoke
was
it.
there.
Yeah, you were.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, it was you, Justin,
Joel,
Joel,
you.
and Johnny.
Yeah.
Me.
And you remember you were driving, and we ended up right behind a cop.
Yep. And I
Yeah.
didn't have a license, or no, I had a permit.
It was on Parkway or Wellington.
We were turning left onto Liberia.
Yep, from Wellington, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Still remember that.
yeah, I just remember everyone was so high, like, oh, we can't drive stoned. Of course,
Yeah.
when you're a fucking teenager, like, weed hits you like a fucking ton of bricks.
Right.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
we did go to that construction site. We were laying in the rocks. I remember
Mhm.
that.
Yep. And
Holy shit.
we brought the little like cooking colander for the GB, and we covered it with saran wrap so it wouldn't spill everywhere.
Yeah.
And it still spilled everywhere.
That was the first day I actually hung out with you guys after I was done being grounded. From
And then you went straight to smoking weed.
Yeah, yeah. That was the same day that with the kids we get dropped off from elementary school. We like me, you, Joel, Justin.
I
we'd
remember
yell-
that.
We'd yell at him. That was so funny, dude.
Okay, so the story, so we can't just not describe the story, is we were in Joel's car.
The Lumina.
Yep. And then the school bus was coming home. It was like, I think, middle schoolers.
Yeah, middle schoolers.
And they dropped them off right there. And we just so happened to be driving by. And I don't think we were even going to fuck with them.
No. We did yell at him though.
Yeah, we like to yell things at random people.
Yeah.
But I think we may have yelled something. Yeah, we did yell something, and then we were just gonna drive by, and then one of them yelled something back.
He said "fuck you" or something.
Yeah, and Joel slams on the brakes, kicks it into reverse, floors it, burning rubber, and just speeds right back up to where they were. These kids are fucking frozen, and then Joel and me, we just all go, brr, and then just drive off.
Yeah. It's so stupid, man.
Just the dumbest, a brr.
Dude, some kid out there or some like young adult like actually remembers that story.
Yeah.
Someone out there it was like remembers.
I
that.
wish I could find them and like talk to them about it. Like what was going
They're
through your head.
scared of
Yeah.
you, dude.
Because they're high schoolers. They were middle schoolers. We're high schoolers.
I'd be scared.
I will never forget like how they are frozen solid
I remember
in
that.
just place and just like holy shit, we're about to die.
That was such a funny fucking story, dude. I love that one.
The good old days of getting in trouble.
That's when I was like actually
Okay,
intimidated by
trouble.
Joel. I remember back in the day we were like, because I remember everyone wanted to play guitar. Everyone wanted to be good at guitar.
Yeah.
I remember being like, oh, this guy's like really good at guitar. Like,
Joel is amazing at guitar.
No, he's really good.
He got quick at
he got good really fast.
he got good quick at almost everything. Like biking, he started after me. He was like already outdoing me like instantly.
Is Joel still biking all? No.
I think he
No.
pedals around from time to time because I remember saying he had a bike that he had built up, but his bike got stolen one time at a bonfire, and then it just wasn't able to start riding again for a while. But he killed it on a bike.
I can imagine. I remember. I think.
I remember
Snippets.
he before Vans closed down, he just pulled out a 540 in the medium half pipe out of nowhere because I think Dre was teaching him, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, Joel always gets like crazy good at shit, like really fast.
He's like just super. He's just one of those super talented people.
Yeah.
He is,
and he
dude.
puts a lot of effort into it too.
Yeah, Joel, if you're watching,
We love you.
hi.
Long time.
No, this is what she said. Joel, if you're watching, a bird.
Oh my
I
god.
I can't burr. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was you and Dan, man. You guys did it good, and Joel.
Yeah.
You got it.
Can't do it.
Do it.
How do you do it?
A bird.
A burr?
That's funny. Man.
On that note.
Is that good?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
On that note, we'll wrap things up, I guess, at this point.
A burr?
We'll stop incriminating ourselves. But,
Alright.
you know, Justin, although we've gone through hell and back with each other through expulsion,
You fucking piece of shit.
you know I love you to the bitter end.
I love you too sometimes.
What bitter end? It's gonna end all nice with roses right next to you, and you know.
I love you all the way to the beautiful end.
I
There
love
you
you
go.
too, friend.
Mike,
Hate you, Mike. You fucking Punjabi motherfucker.
you're right there.
I love you both.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I love you too. Okay.
You're a person.
That's really fucked up.
You're a hate person. Okay.
Actually, like chaps my ass, man.
Or chapter.
I'm really glad you noticed I was human.
You're somebody. You're someone to somebody.
Yeah. Somebody cares about you.
My mom does. She cares a lot.
Even then, it's kind of
There's
vague.
billions of people in the world. One of them care about you, Michael.
We'll find them one day. Maybe they're viewing through the camera.
Oh, it's fucked up.
We should probably just.
I'm sorry, Michael.
Mike,
We
What?
care about you.
I will. And all joking
you.
aside, you are someone. No,
Oh, thanks, man.
I do love you too,
Shut
Mike.
the fuck up.
He just told me to shut the fuck up during my "I love you."
Will this seal the deal?
See, that was a nice gesture.
You're welcome.
This is a dugong.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you enjoyed that last episode.
Yeah, we don't know who's on it or what just happened on that episode you just watched, but have you watched this episode
Yeah.
yet?
Because if you
Our
like that last
episode.
one, you'll
Yeah.
probably like this one coming up.
Like-
Click here.
They tell some stories.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't tell any stories.
And you never know what you're
You
going to get.
started with stories.
You never
Yep.
know if you're going to get hate or love or like some sort of ambient fucked up delusion.
You heard it, folks. Watch.
Ambient delusions.